Alright, so Mr. Dalek JD made a video the other day talking about how there's like 10 changes that you need for Zombies Chronicles 2 to be good, and not be AIDS. And his video is good, and I do like it, but I came up with 5 different things that I think Treyarch needs to kind of do for the next Zombies Chronicles, or just mainly for the next game. And I'll be going over that in this video, so if you happen to enjoy this, I know I hate doing this, but this is how YouTube works. If you enjoy this video, or you just like hearing me talk, make sure you hit the subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me. There's just a red button below this video. Just click it. Subscribe. It does you no harm, so please do it. But let's get into this video. Let's talk about 5 things that Treyarch can do for Zombies Chronicles 2. So the obvious first big thing that they have to not do is don't release this on Black Ops 4. I know that Black Ops 4 has all the game assets and all the freaking things for Tranzit and all that, and diarize are all there on Black Ops 4 and Blackout, but do not release DLC 5 for Black Ops 4. Do not release that. Don't make that a thing. Don't release Zombies Chronicles 2 on Black Ops 4. If anything, take all the assets and copy it over and put it on Black Ops 3. I think people would like that way more. Black Ops 4's maps and Zetsubo and Gorod and Revelations, they were all made in the Black Ops 4 engine, so I don't see how copy and pasting stuff from Black Ops 4 back to Black Ops 3 would be much of a difficulty. If anything, if they don't do, let's say if they don't bring it back to Black Ops 3, what they could do, and something they did for Black Ops 4, is when you pre-order Black Ops 4 on like the PlayStation Store, you were able to play like the maps like Jungle and Slums and all that on Black Ops 3. Those maps that were in Black Ops 4 on launch were there on Black Ops 3, pre-launch. So while you're waiting for that game to come out, you could play those maps in Black Ops 3. They could do something like that for Black Ops 5 or whatever with the Zombies Chronicles. So you pre-order Black Ops 5, and then you get Zombies Chronicles 2 on Black Ops 3, and maybe Black Ops 4. If they really want to step up and like just add it there just because, maybe if people want to play with either system, they have the choice. I think that'd make more sense, though. I don't think anyone would be against that idea of it being released as a pre-order bonus. I mean, I would like to see Zombies Chronicles 2. Definitely not on Black Ops 4. I think if they released it in this way, to where it was a pre-order exclusive, I think people would be fine with that. I mean, I think people would obviously be upset with it too, but I would be more fine with it than it being a DLC that was tagged on. Release this with like $100 edition of Black Ops 5, you get, I don't know, whatever frick, if they even do a season pass again and release this with the Zombie Chronicles, just do that. I don't think anyone would mind if they did that. That's just what I think. But that's it for that first spot. That's what they have to do. Do not release it on Black Ops 4 unless they do exactly what I said and made it a pre-order exclusive for both Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. And then when Black Ops 5 comes out, those maps will also be on Black Ops 5. Does that make sense? Because like I said, they did that before Black Ops 4. They had the maps like Slums and all that, and Jungle and all those other maps that you were able to play them in Black Ops 3. And then when the game came out, they were in Black Ops 4. So they could just do it with Zombie Chronicles 2, release it for BO3 and BO4, and then when Black Ops 5 comes out, those maps are also there as well. Does that make sense? I think that makes perfect sense. Alright, second thing that Treyarch needs to do for Zombie Chronicles 2 is pretty obvious. If they don't do the first thing, which is make it a pre-order bonus for Black Ops 3 and 4, when Zombie Chronicles 2 comes out for Black Ops 5, if it's a thing, they have to give us every single map. They have to give us every map in the Ether storyline. I mean, Chaos, if they want to throw that in there, fine, but they have to give us every map for Ether. It would be so stupid if Zombies Chronicles 2 was just all the maps that weren't in Zombies Chronicles 1. That would be, I think everyone would be very against that. You'll get your fan base mad, and I don't think anyone would like that. Maybe you could sell them as individual packs, maybe. Maybe if you already bought the first Zombies Chronicles, you get the Zombies Chronicles version again, and then there's Zombies Chronicles 2, which comes with the maps that you didn't have before. Maybe if they did something like that, maybe I could let that slide. But no, I feel like they should definitely give us every Zombies map. Now that we have all the Zombies map, we should just get them all in one game. So the way Black Ops 3 when it first came out, I think we all thought that Shadows of Evil was going to be like a separate story. Like how Black Ops 4 went. Like we didn't know that was going to be a separate story until they confirmed it. But I think a lot of us thought Black Ops 3's like Shadows of Evil was going to be a separate story. So when we got the Giant, I think a lot of us thought that it was just like a final, like, alright, this is their final map, just for fun type of thing. So now with this next game, if they do continue with a new story or continue with the Chaos or for God knows what reason continue with Ether, they could just give us all those maps just to have it on this one last game, on the next gen consoles, on the next gen game, and I think I'd be fine with that. I have every map from Noct to TOG, have all those maps in it at I don't know what price, maybe like $50. I think that's fair for every freaking zombies map. I know the price of one zombie map is like $7, something like that. So maybe just pack them all into just like a $50 pack or whatever. Or like I said, include it in like a digital bonus or whatever, or a bonus of the game. Maybe the freaking Juggernog edition of Black Ops 5 will be something, some dumb item that's not the jug fridge or the mystery box, and then boom, Zombies Chronicles 2.0, and you have every map. That's how they have to do it. If they just do Zombies Chronicles 2, and they release it on Black Ops 4, and it's just the transit maps and all that, no one's going to be a fan of that. I mean, people will play it, obviously, but no one's going to really be happy with that. So they have to do it this way. They have to give us Black Ops 5, Zombies Chronicles 2 with every map. They can't just skip out and just do the ones that weren't in the first one. They have to do all of them, or else everyone's going to be in an uproar. That's what they have to do. That's what I want them to do. But maybe for a game, let's say the game launches, right? And this does happen. And when the game comes out, you have 30-some maps of Ether. That might be a little bit much for them to release all at once. So what they could do instead, if they don't release it all at once, is maybe like once a week or every couple of days or something, release a Zombies map for the people who have gotten that version of the game or gotten that DLC. Maybe they could do something like that. I would not mind buying all the maps just to have it on the next gen on a newer game. As long as the game plays like Black Ops 3, I'm fine with whatever the frick they do. Okay? I think everyone can agree with me. Is that fine? Cool. Next spot is kind of like a small thing, but it involves, you know, the maps that weren't in Zombies Chronicles 1, returning Zombies Chronicles 2. I'm talking about Tranzit, Die Rise, and Buried, and, you know, the other maps that, you know, I guess Mob, technically, if you want that. But we're talking about the main three I just said, Tranzit, Die Rise, and Buried. If they do remaster those maps in the Black Ops 5, or for God knows what reason, Black Ops 4, they need to not include the bank system. I think the bank system ruined zombies so much. I think it's cool for maybe like a one game type of thing, but when it's transferred through multiple games, I think that ruins the freaking maps and makes it way too easy to play. It ruins the worry of zombies when you're like, oh man, I gotta struggle to kill zombies. I gotta get points. I gotta get jug. You know, I gotta earn up all this stuff where I can get this and that and survive longer. Kind of ruins it when on round 1 you can open like 2 doors and then freaking get to the bank and then boom, you got a bunch of money. Kind of ruins it. I think that's not a really good thing. So if they do remaster those maps like Transit, Die Rise, and Buried, they gotta remove the bank system entirely. Or if they're gonna do it, leave it in the map as a per one game session type of thing. So let's say you want to freaking share points or put points in the bank for God knows what reason, you can put it in there. But once that game is over, points are gone, start over, next game, different. I think they should definitely bring back the sharing point system. I think that's a good system because that's not too overly insane, especially when you don't have the original bank system. Makes it so much better. So I think they could just bring the sharing point system back rather than just bring back the bank system. Bank system kind of ruins the game. Not cool. I liked it at first, but it makes the game too easy, and it's not fun when things are too easy. Number 4, what they have to do for these maps for Transit, Die Rise, and Buried, and kind of Mob of the Dead too, to a degree. They gotta get rid of the Perma Perks in Transit, Die Rise, and Buried. I think the Perma Perks are pretty freaking stupid and kind of complicated because you don't really get told how to get them. There's not like an in-game tip that tells you, hey, if you do this, you get this. There's nothing really like that other than like you accidentally do something and boom, you get green mist coming out of your face and says, you hear a weird noise and it's like, now you got some weird power that you don't know what it does. Like, they should just get rid of that entirely and just do gobblegums. Just make the Perma Perks into gobblegums. Kind of like how Danger Closes was pretty much the PhD flopper equivalent. No flash damage or anything. They could just do that again, but with other Perma Perks. Or just get rid of Perma Perks entirely. Like I said, Perma Perks with like the bank system makes the game too easy. In Black Ops 2, there's like this one Perma Perk that gives you like, when you down, you keep all your perks except for Quick Revive. Kind of makes the game too easy. That's not cool. You get rid of that. It ruins the struggle and the difficulty behind zombies when you make the game too easy like that. So they should definitely just get rid of Perma Perks, make gobblegums like how that one Perma Perk I just said became a gobblegum. It was Aftertaste in Black Ops 3. They could just do that again with Black Ops 5 or whatever. Just get rid of the Perma Perks entirely. And add more perks into the map. Because maps like Transit and Die Rise and Mob to a degree, they don't have the main perks. There's 6 perks on Transit. Transit's like one of the biggest maps in zombies and there's only 6 perks on the map. You could totally add spots for like Widow's Wine or Deadshot or just random freaking one-off perks. Mule Kick. How the frick is Mule Kick not in Transit? That makes no freaking sense. Easily there's so many places they could put them. It just makes no sense why they're not there. And just same thing with Die Rise. Die Rise, there's multiple freaking floors. I know there's a lot of perks in the elevators, but there could be a perk that's not in the elevator. Just do that. Just do what they did like with Black Ops 3, where every freaking map, it was the same 9 perks, but they were in the map mainly, except for like the ones that were in the freaking wonderfizz. But there was a lot of perks in the map, and then the wonderfizz was a lot of locations in the map. So just do that. Either put the perks in the map or put the wonderfizz in the map, just to have more perk variety, because it's kind of dumb when you only have 6 freaking perks in a map like Transit. That's so freaking stupid. And then it's only 5 in solo, because you have quick revive, you have jug, double tap, speed, cola, and then stamina. You can't use tombstone in solo, so that's it. Dumb. Really freaking stupid. They need more perks in these maps. Mob of the Dead, 5 freaking perks, and it's a freaking gigantic map. There's so many places you could put perks at, you know? Like they did some in Black Ops 4, like where the new industries area is, the perk over there. They could do so many locations for perks. I just don't understand why they don't do it. They need to do that. Just do that. Just make it simple. It's kind of like how, like in Black Ops 3, Zombies Chronicles, in the World at War maps, when you use a perkaholic, you still get 8 freaking perks, even though, like, some of those perks aren't even in the freaking map. It's just one wonderfizz, and that's it. They could just do that. Do that with Transit, do that with Die Rise, do it with the mob. Add more perks. Because it's nice when you can run around the map and just see a perk there, instead of just having to earn a random perk that does a somewhat equal ability. Just put the perk in the freaking map. That's simple. Final thing that Treyarch should do for Zombies Chronicles 2, or wherever the frick they're going to do for the next game, or maybe BO4, whatever, they need to change the frickin' heads-up display. The HUD. The HUD is something that is so minimal, yet you see it all the frickin' time. It's always there, and they need to change it. Black Ops 2's HUD was the only game where the HUD kind of changed per map, not counting Transit and Die Rise because they had the same HUD, but maps like Mob had a unique HUD, Buried had like a Western HUD, and then Origins had like this steampunk type of look HUD. That game was the only game that had somewhat different HUDs, not counting the first DLC because Die Rise was the same. And the HUD also disappeared after a little bit. I think Black Ops 1 did that well as well. But the HUD would just go away after a while if you didn't have any activity, like if you didn't reload or something like that. And when you reloaded, it would come back. And then in Black Ops 3 started off with Shadows of Evil having a unique HUD, and then the Giant had a unique HUD, but then every map following the Giant had the same HUD. And then in Zombies Chronicles, it was the same HUD. And then Black Ops 4, every single freaking map, despite there being 2 separate stories, Chaos and Ether, same freaking HUD. Looked garbage, too much going on the screen. So what I would like, is either they could add some sort of customization in the next game, or add it along with Zombies Chronicles 2, or make it that every single map, maybe this is too much to ask for, but make every single freaking Zombies map in Zombies Chronicles 2, that brings back every map, make every map have a unique HUD. You know, like maps like Kino could be like a film reel type of HUD, maps like Transit could be like a bus tire, or a traffic light, or something like that. Different maps should have unique HUDs. And if they can't do that, if every map has the same HUD, I don't think people will mind too much. I do though. I kind of like when the HUD is different. I don't care where the positioning of our character's head and the points are on the left side of the screen. I care about the bottom right of the frickin' screen that has my frickin' D-pad location stuff. I care about that. If it looks frickin' dumb, I don't want it. But if they can't do a unique HUD for every map, then what they should do, which is another good idea, is have a unique HUD for each game that the map came out in. So like the maps like Kino through Moon have a unique HUD that's different from Transit to Origins HUD, you know, and then Black Ops 3 from Shadows to Revelations, that HUD is different and unique to the Black Ops 3 game, and then Black Ops 4 has another HUD that's completely different to the Black Ops 4. Does that make sense? So if they can't do unique HUDs for each map, they need to do unique HUDs at least for each game. I mean, if they don't do unique HUDs, that's fine. Whatever. I don't think anyone's gonna freaking care, but I do. As a guy who freaking plays zombies and thoroughly enjoys it, you know how freaking boring it was playing Black Ops 4 and just seeing the dumb, stupid looking HUD in the bottom right? You think I want to see a picture of the gun and then the name below it in all caps? No, I want to see a HUD like Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, where it's simple, but it's cool. You know, it's simple, but it's cool, and it makes sense. I just don't understand how they hit and miss the mark so much in Black Ops 4. All I want is unique HUDs. Or if they're not going to do that, maybe add like a setting to where you can customize the HUD. So like, let's say you can have the original HUD from Black Ops 1 where it looks like simple, like a blood splatter thing in the bottom right. And then Black Ops 2, you can change the HUD from being the Transit one to the Die Rise, or to the Buried one, and Mob and all that. and change it from the Black Ops 3 one and the Shadows one. And if you want to choose the freaking Black Ops 4 one, you can choose that. Add customization for that instead. That'd be fine. I think people would prefer that more. I would totally change my freaking HUD every game. It'd be cool. Or just add the HUD to each map and make it different. Because when you load up a map and you play the same map or all these maps, and when you see the same freaking picture in the bottom right that tells you what you can do with your D-pad, it's so boring. It's nice seeing different things. I think I can speak for everyone when it's like, it's nice when you see something different. It makes it more fun. Like, imagine when you first loaded up Mob the Dead and that HUD you got where it's like a compass kind of thing. I might be wrong, but it just looks so unique. It was the most unique one in the game, and then Buried came out and it was like a Western theme type of HUD. It was so cool, and then Origins comes out with a steampunk type of look, which makes sense for the map. It would be so cool if they could do stuff like that for the other maps as well when they remastered them. I hope that's what they do. Treyarch, if you're watching, take my ideas. I literally do not care if you take my ideas. This is what I want you to do. With all of Black Ops 4, I've given so many ideas that could have made the game so much better. Probably would have brought back the community. And Treyarch's just not going to see this video probably just because I don't have the audience. So if you want to help me out, if you want to make this next game the best possible Black Ops game for zombies that there is, if there even is going to be zombies, like this video. Tweet it at Treyarch. Do one of those things. Share with your friends. Get this video around because I really want to make this next game, good. I want this next game to be good for everyone. I want to be an impact to the zombie community, and I can't do that if you guys don't help me. Alright? That's all I gotta say though. Thank you guys for watching. Sorry if I've been mumbling for way too long. But hope you have a good one. Take care. And goodbye.